12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be almost, I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin. It's my truth.
So I'm not going to take a lot of time because, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't going to do this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will ever bring the energy, the charisma, the passion, the expertise, the talent, and whatever else you want to call it, like you seen Kelvin Hunter and my ex, Wendy Williams, and the team that was behind us. And I mean the whole team. That includes my current lady now.
Give it a minute now. As Wendy lies in her hospital bed, not Sharina Hudson is trying to make Wendy the reason behind her problems. Over the past 2 years, Wendy has had several difficulties as a result of health issues, and the one person who has missed Wendy the most since the alimony payments began is that leech who goes by Sharina Hudson. We all miss the queen of gossip and the true queen of all media. In order to care for herself and her child, she had to step away from the spotlight. Dried up Wendy and Kevin have been struggling to sustain the lifestyle they have grown accustomed to on Wendy's money. Additionally, there are rumors that they are living apart and barely surviving their relationship. Shikin had never dreamed that she would choose to date Kevin more than 15 years ago, when Wendy was still a megastar and in her prime.
Communicating in February of 2010 because he got upset that his mistress, now baby mama, Sharina Hudson, a.k.a. Nikki, from Columbia, South Carolina, top of the Queen's Monster 803. He got upset because he thought I was trying to hook his mistress up with my homeboy Wax. Think about that. Big grown-ass married Negro from Brownsville, Brooklyn, supposed to be some thorough-ass hood dude, upset because he thinks I'm trying to hook his side chick up with my homeboy. Did that not make him a grade A sucker? A clown of legendary proportions. Now, the reason I never had no smoke from Wendy is, number one, I feel sorry for her because she was an abused woman on various levels. And two, I know Kelvin didn't go to Wendy and say, yeah, we don't rock Charlamagne anymore because he tried to hook his side chick up with my homeboy. So you just chalk that.
Kevin is not just a major red flag, but a death sentence. And Miss Sharina Hudson is right up there with him. In the hope that the money train fueled by Wendy Williams' successful business career would never stop, the two of them had been living their dream on Wendy's pay for more than 15 years, even having the audacity to have children and formally establish a family. My eyes would be inflamed when I got there because
I'd come in, my eyes would be puffy from crying. I would do the show.
Was there a part of you that wanted to respond to it?
I knew that I would, but I had to get my ducks in a row. It's like I knew a lot of things for years.
Right.
You say
You knew about this whole life.
I knew a lot of things for years, but my son was at home. It wasn't fair to him. I'm not going to grab his hand and flee the scenes and move zip codes. Now he has to move high schools and stuff like that. He's just making friends. So now he's away in college. And the person I am now is very single because he's not living with me. He goes to school in Miami.
Kevin lavished Sharina with money while they were dating. Sharina was the only woman he couldn't let go of, despite having a lot of side girlfriends. Among the luxurious gifts we know of, he gave her a $5,200 Channel purse, a $215,000 gold Ferrari, and a couple of chick diamond necklaces. Oh, and I nearly forgot to mention that he purchased a $795,000 home for the two of them. He also utilized Wendy's hard-earned money to finance a number of her ventures, such as a vegan restaurant that flopped and a clothing line called Vitch.
I had to in the beginning because I loved him. I was in love with Kevin. I loved Kevin. You saw the movie. I loved Kevin with desperation. Not because I wanted to be loved, but because I am my parents' daughter.
Yeah.
I've raised to have my own money, but the bigger thing is that no matter what you do regarding a career, Wendy, and putting on lipstick and applying, your skills in the kitchen, you want to have the white picket fence, and you want to have children, and you want to have, and this is how I was raised. It was really no option in my mind, and it still isn't. Being married is the holy grail, but there was a lot behind the scenes. And I'm very confident in my feelings towards Kevin initially, how I felt towards him in the middle, why it took me so long to divorce him, and that I want love.
And Shekinah was living it up, trying to resolve the situation, or at least saving part of the money that Kevin was carelessly tossing at her. Shekinah had nothing to worry about because when she and Kevin first started dating, Kevin promised her that he would never leave Wendy. Kevin continued to give Wendy a brief sermon that things would be fine, even after she had permanently evicted him. In addition to $250,000 per month after the divorce, he was to get $10 million over time for his work as Wendy's manager and executive producer of The Wendy Williams Show. Sharina thought she had won the lottery, but instead she got an older man who had no money, no safety net, no successful investments, no long degrees to fall back on, no retirement, and no industry connections that were willing to risk their money on him.
Met Kevin. Kevin was on the block. Kevin is not a high school graduate. Kevin was a block dude from Brownsville, Brooklyn. And you know what I mean when I say on the block.
Right.
And he'd never had a job with a pension plan. And he had never had a job where he can walk into the bank and, have not just, a check cashing place to cash a check for something or only cash because he's working the block, And I fell in love with him. And when I got this talk show, it seemed only natural that he would be my executive producer along with me. Now, my position was more powerful than his, because I was the host and a more powerful say in being an executive producer, because no matter what he would say to me about how he wanted things to go, when those double doors open, I knew it was just me. And during commercial, he'd come out and sometimes he would talk to me to tears. And my staff would see it, but it's okay. I just busted off a story I wanted to bust off and I'll deal with him later. Baby or no baby, mistress or no mistress, I outgrew Kevin. I outgrew him. I outgrew him personally and I outgrew him professionally. The baby and the multiple women that he cheated with just made it.
He was entirely reliant on Wendy to continue providing for him, and neither of those parasites ever thought their good fortune would run out, not so rapidly. However, Kevin and Shekinah received a harsh shock once we stopped sending them alimony funds. Kevin went to court in 2022 and requested that his alimony payments be resumed, arguing that he had fallen behind on credit card and auto insurance payments, wasn't able to support his basic needs and lifestyle since the alimony check stopped, and was so impoverished that he couldn't pay back the $600 monthly homeowners. He had to pay the neighborhood association fee, and his house would be foreclosed upon if he failed to pay his expenses. The judge, however, made it clear that Wendy had 99 issues and Kevin had none. Shekinah allegedly packed up everything she owned, along with their daughter, and moved in with her mother after Kevin placed the property up for sale and got an offer. No one knows if she's imposed child support on Kevin, but he wouldn't have any money to give her. Reinstated, she opened Vegan Nose, a vegan restaurant that flopped and is now permanently closed, and the Ferrari he purchased her with seeds. All of Kevin's pictures have been removed from her social media accounts, and it seems that he followed suit. They are still following each other on Instagram as of this video, though, and things have gone so terribly that he still drags Wendy. And since Wendy has an adult son who is more than capable of taking care of his own mother, it is extremely troublesome that her legal guardian is in charge of all of her finances due to the fact that her dementia has reportedly gotten so serious that she is permanently handicapped. If she is so broke, this is why everyone who is in charge of her is requesting to view her bank records. But to be honest, I don't see Kevin obtaining anything from Wendy.
I've known about her almost since the beginning. I've known that Kevin is a serial cheat. The first time I found out was while I was pregnant with our son on bed rest. During that time, I gave birth to him. He was in the delivery room. You'll see that play out in the movie. He's passing out cigars and my wife and I, little Kevin, who's not so little anymore. He's 20 years old. I plotted to divorce Kevin. And I sacrificed a lot of myself to come out successful on the other side. And it all worked.
Additionally, people feel strongly about the whole scenario, as is typical. For example, they will take all of her money, and her sister Wanda will also take over her mother's care. Sharina and Hudson, you raggedy BU, and we wish you a double F and the worst. Because of the evil intent of Kevin Hunter, neither of you will ever see heaven's gates. But seriously, what are your thoughts on all of this, guys? Is it strange that Kevin is still obsessed with alimony payments? Through Kevin, Sharina was in a relationship with Wendy, not Kevin. She wanted Wendy's money, end quote, not the man. Please share your thoughts in the comments box. And remember to like and subscribe as we have more tea to spill. Guys, I'll see you in the upcoming show.